PepsiCo has said its decision to drop a Tiger Woods endorsed product has nothing to do with revelations about the golfer's private life. The funny thing is, it might even be true. According to one industry magazine, Tiger's Gatorade has not been selling well for the past 10 months. Sales actually began to pick up when the sleaze allegations erupted. So what does this tell us about celebrity, transgression and the cost of it all in the real world of business? To be discussed in a moment after this reminder of some of the Tiger brands from the past couple of years.
When you're the greatest golfer on earth, what's next? New Gatorade Tiger.
Preparation, 110%. We know what it takes to be a Tiger. See insights from our research and experience with high performers. Accenture.
Here's Tiger Woods doing what he does best, setting up, preparing.
He does it better than anyone else.
Makes all the difference, Jim.
Wait, I think he's ready.
Once again, excellent choice.
You know, we've come to expect nothing less.
It's as smooth can be. You feel like this car was specifically made for you. I think that Buick has made leaps and strides beyond belief.
Well, I'm joined now by the Telegraph columnist Celia Walden and from New York by sports marketing expert Michael Neuman, president of Amplify Sports and Entertainment. And thanks to you both for joining us. Michael Neuman, have you seen this before, the fall from grace and the recovery? How swift can it be?
Well, that depends on how Tiger attacks the area that's really missing right now, and that's his ability to get out in front of the story. The story right now is not being told by him. It's being told by the women that are coming forward, and it's being told by the media. Once he takes the story back and he owns it, and he really defines himself in this situation, then he can start to put this scandal behind him and start working to repair his image.
And is it true that that all the brands that he's endorsed will want to be as far away from him as possible at this point, or are they just kind of getting their own names in the newspaper headlines?
I think for the short term, they do want to create some distance between themselves and Tiger. As you probably know, there are no Tiger Woods commercials running right now. None have run in the month of December. The networks are suffering from that. But it's also a good time to distance themselves because golf season has ended and recreational golfers are not they're not playing right now, so it's not a bad place for them to be. However, they've invested a lot of money into their relationship with Tiger Woods, and he's a big part of their marketing mix in 2010. They're going to activate him across their business and across their business channels. Yeah. So what's happening right now is brand marketers who have relationships with Tiger are huddling up and hunkering down and determining how are they going to market and promote their relationship with Tiger, and at what point do they become active with that promotion again?
Celia, we've heard really that the Tiger brand, how much he's just part of a marketing campaign. The squeaky clean image dead now.
Well, it is, but I don't think that's necessarily going to be the end of him. I mean, I know that Americans are far more puritanical than we are, for example, but I think there's a lot to be said for the reformed character. And if he does come out and do a sort of Oprah-style interview in the way of Letterman or Bill Clinton, then people may think, hang on, this is quite, you know, he's been in the public eye for years and years, let's cut him a bit of slack. He's transgressed, as he put it in his sort of religious lingo. And the fact is, he's sort of if he comes out with it and does do a mea culpa, he might just be able to sort of win the American people back.
Michael, do you agree with that you've been called, if you like, quite a puritanical state? Do you think that this squeaky clean image was imposed on Tiger, or do you think that was something he set out to create because he couldn't win American hearts without it? Could you have a transgressing golfer?
Well, if you remember, the way Tiger Woods was really introduced to us, he was that prodigy. He was really built to win. He doesn't know anything else. Goes to one of the best American universities, breaks onto the golf scene, starts winning tournaments very, very quickly, starts being compared to the greats of the business, marries a model, settles down, has a family. I mean, his image is squeaky clean. This is a shocking revelation in a lifestyle that no one knew he was capable of. However, we do live in a very forgiving society. And what everybody really is clamoring for is that mea culpa. Step up, be accountable for your actions, be honest and open with what happened, and move past that. Lay low, wait for the PGA season to start in 2010, come back onto the fairways and do what you do best, and that's win golf tournaments.
Let me ask
and
Celia.
I'm confident that his image will start to get repaired.
Do you think this is just an American story from that perspective?
Well, I think everyone is fascinated by it, whether they admit to it or not. And I know that in office places everywhere, people are saying...
Sorry, I didn't mean that. I mean, is this something that could only happen in America in the sense of that build-up? You called it a puritanical image.
I think in the way that it's built up, yes, because his downfall has been so kind of catastrophic, and one woman came forward and then supposedly 10. We don't know if that's true. But it's as if people have wanted to pile in, and it's sort of turned into this sort of biblical style downfall.
Are we just as shocked here by whatever transgression
I think
means?
we're probably enjoying it a bit more overtly here, because we're used to it with Kate Moss and with Hugh Grant, and we sort of enjoy piling into these multiple car crashes. But we also then give people new leases of life afterwards. So if you look at Kate Moss, she did much better after the whole drug scandal than she did before, because we enjoy reformed characters, and I think Americans do too. But you need to reform yourself in a very public way. So I do think that's what he needs to do.
OK. Thank you both very much indeed. Thanks for coming.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
Coming up on the programme, Fashion Forward. What were the big influences for noughties fashion? Madeleine Holt gets in touch with her inner wag. First, a roundup of today's news. Our main story tonight. New laws are to be introduced so that MPs who break the rules with their expense claims can be fined or made to pay